start this. And so for this particular song that I'm introducing you to, it has incredible, incredible special meaning to me. This song is called Never Walk Alone. And I wrote this song in 2021 for my daughter, one of my daughters. She had come to me at a time in her life when she had this very unusual fear because she was an adult, not a child. But the fear was that, Mama, I think you might die. What am I going to do if you die? And she just kind of had this thing. It was just almost an obsession with her for a while. Being the songwriter that I am and always have been, and I've been writing songs and actually recording them and performing them live and that kind of thing for 20 years, longer than that, actually. But she came to me and she said, would you write me a song? And I want this song to be from you to me, so that when you do go, I have your voice to listen to and your message straight to me. Well, that's kind of overwhelming, to be honest with you. And I thought, well, yes, absolutely, I will do that. And then I walked away going, I have no idea how I'm going to do that. And so okay, I tried. I sat down at my piano, where I always start, for the most part, I always start at my piano and start kind of working through some melodies and chord progressions and that kind of thing. And maybe a few lyrics are going around in my brain, or whatever. And I mean, I was just hitting a brick wall. Nothing was coming because it felt forced, is what it felt. It was forced. And because it was forced, it was trash. So after the second attempt, I thought, okay, I'm just going to sit back on this and I'm going to wait and we'll just see what happens. And a couple of months went by and I hadn't written her song yet. And it was on my mind, but not this one particular day. This one particular day, I was just having a normal day. I was cleaning my house, dusting. And I went to the piano to dust the piano. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I start hearing this. Da 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 da. And I thought, well, that's pretty. Where's that coming from? But that's pretty. So I put my dust rag down and I sat down at the piano and I started replicating that. And as soon as I did that, the whole atmosphere around me changed. And all of a sudden, I wasn't in, I don't know how to describe this, but I mean, I wasn't in my house anymore. I was sitting at my piano, but I don't know where I was. I was just sitting at my piano, totally, totally absorbed all of a sudden into this melody that I was hearing. And so I was playing it and I was playing it and I started hearing some of the lyrics and it said, when you walk alone and it feels like no one's near, when you search the world. And I'm going, what am I writing? Where is this coming from? To find a listening ear. And then I stopped and I said, oh, this is her song. And instantly my heart just exploded. And it was like I had a soul to soul merge moment with my daughter. And I was feeling everything that she is going to feel on the day that I'm no longer walking this planet. Just to put it that simple. And I just began bawling, and I was just bawling. And I was playing this song and I was working it out, and the lyrics were coming. And I got through the first verse and the chorus, and I said, that's it. I can't do it anymore. I couldn't because it was so overwhelming. That's my dog. So I took a minor break, tried actually to take a shower and get myself together. And in the shower, the second verse starts just boom, 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 just flowing through my brain. And I just busted out bawling again, because the second verse is memories of her as a child. And I was like, okay, all right, fine. I'm going to go back to the piano and I'm going to finish. I'm going to write this song. All right. So I went back, started the whole thing all over again. And in one sitting, this entire song was done. So I pushed record, put on a little headset. I mean, this was the most raw of all kinds of recordings that you can get. It was just me playing the piano, put on a headset with a mic. It wasn't professional in any kind of way. I think it was a gamer's headset. It was my other daughter's. and I recorded this song. And the vocal quality that came out of me that day is probably, I think, the best I've ever produced. Every time I go back and look at it, every time I've tried to re-record it, even I've added some harmonies to it, I can never, for that particular song, I can never achieve that quality of vocal. I can't do it. So the original vocal is the vocal, because in that moment, there was a message that was coming from the ether somewhere. It was coming from God. It was coming from heaven. It was coming from angels. It was coming from a place through my brain into my heart and then back out my mouth. Now, it's very ironic that I recorded that song and I sent it to her and I said, here's your song. And I continued to cry for the rest of the day because I couldn't shake that emotion that was so deep and so heavy inside. The next day, now listen, this was August 12th of 2021. And I know this date, it is forever etched in my brain, because the very next day was August 13th, Friday the 13th. And I got a phone call that day. That day, a doctor called me and informed me that my youngest daughter, who was only 14 at the time, had cancer. And her cancer was aggressive and it was metastasizing. And we had to move fast, 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 fast. Now, the song that I just wrote the day before for my other daughter contained the lyric, "Take to the sky, let your spirit soar. I'll be nearby like I was before." And I put that song on. I just felt strongly that I needed to play that song, not to hear me, but to hear the message in the song. And I put that song on and I put it on repeat because I needed to hear "You Never Walk Alone." For the next 7 days, it played on my iTunes nonstop, day and night. By the end of the seventh day, it had played almost 3,300 times. My home was filled with "You Never Walk Alone, You Never Walk Alone," which I needed because my entire world crumbled. I'm not going to go into all of that, but that's the story behind the song. Never Walk Alone, Chelsea's song. And I really hope that you'll go listen to it. I hope that maybe it will be a song for you to go back to as well. And in times when you just need some support or a reminder, you're never alone. There's always someone who's going to walk the road with you. There always is. Sometimes you have to ask, but there's always someone there. But even more important than that, there is a whole heavenly host who's just waiting to walk it with you and to let you know you are never alone. You're a prized possession and so, so, so deeply loved. Now, the raw vocal is in Intimate Sessions. It's song number 3. That is a playlist on my channel, Misty Flowers Music. The demo version is also on Misty Flowers Music. So this song goes from the original recording, just the raw me piano, and then it goes to the demo version, which is still my vocal, but it has a whole new background. It's got violins and cello and still my same original vocal, because no matter what I do or no matter how I try, I just cannot re-record it. I just can't. But it has a beautiful dress on. So I hope that you'll go listen to it, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope it inspires you, and I hope you will come back to this channel for the next Behind the Song, because I will be doing this regularly, because my songs come from places, I don't know where they all come from, but they are my life. They are what I've lived through. They are what I have learned. They are what I know. And then my job is to tell you the story behind the song. So I hope I'll see you next time.